roll back, Musar, roll back, family. Hope all is well with everyone. Alright. And we got some snow out here in Louisiana, huh? That's nice for a change, right? So everything's not too bad. Right? So if you don't know, now you do. The one and only true Messiah, who you all love to say Jesus, right? Amun Rayay is here on the planet. Alright. The contacts are here on this page and will also be in the description. Okay? Understand that we don't have long. Okay. We come August 12, 2030, New Jerusalem, Crystal City. Right, we'll be here on the planet. And also understand that this planet is going through many changes. Alright. There's two suns already up there. Whether you see them or not, there's two suns up there. Alright. There's a pistol star arriving. So it's going to become a solar system. Alright, understand that. Alright, just like what planet? Risk. Alright, so understand that risk is here. Okay. You know, also understand that all the energy that was used to fuel this illusion, family is leaving this illusion, all right, and going to the new heaven and the new earth. So understand that, right? That's why your favorite snacks just don't crunch the same, right? All right, now we know what Agent Orange got going, right? And you know that the government's obsessed over control, right? And we know our mind controls all, literally. So government's obsessed with control of feeling big, you know, children, right? And their babysitter, that orange man in the cloud house, right, is obsessed over Greenland. Now, why is Trump obsessed with Greenland? Because he wants more green, man. Trump has earned about $100 billion in 1 year. So 6 months, huh? Because that's what 1 year is now, right? How do you think he earned $100 billion? Well, you have the whole Gaza situation. It's a copy and paste of what happened in Iraq, yeah? You know, U.S. killed many of Iraqis over a weapon that never existed and was an agenda for one thing and one thing only. Wipe the people out and wipe the land clean. For the purpose of what? Somebody say it. Rebuilding. That's right. There are billions and billions of dollars, right, available to rebuild infrastructure, right? So, you know, Gaza, his development company, will be the main development company rebuilding Gaza. Now, Agent Orange wants Greenland, and you know, fam, Greenland has one of the world's largest undeveloped uranium deposits, all right? And uranium, one of them on that minerals list, because you know that's what it's getting down to, what God gave us, all we need in the beginning: earth, land, and minerals, you know. So uranium, right, is worth like trillions of dollars, right? And also understand there's two let me see, there's two schools here, all right? So there's a galactic school and then there's an earthly school, all right? So a mortal school, okay, with this head. So understand Trump is doing this, invading these places for these minerals, right? And also so he can use these minerals in cahoots with these ETs that they're in cahoots with, right? And access these stargates, all right? Because remember, we're dealing with galactic criminals, all right? Understand that, all right? So, but you know, uranium is worth like trillions of dollars, right? So the love of money, those roots of evil, Satan, right? ET's influence that fuels the created conditioning already established within the setting or dwelling of those individuals, therefore seeping into the mind of the beings that live there, right? You were already born into a world of sin, meaning you are not a participant, an accomplice per se, in this plan against man and the land. You understand? Now, remember when we said Ashtar Command, you know, the evil side of the Nordic Pleiadians can they can jump time. All right, and also understand that the Aldebaran regiment, right? They were that is Ashdod Command. All right, understand that. All right, so remember we said they can jump time. Well, they have the quantum mirror now. Okay, they meaning the elites, right? Now this quantum mirror, they can predict the future, right? So if you look into the biblical text, you'll see that there was a manhunt for Amun Rayay, right? The one and only true Messiah, Yeshua, right? When he was a child, right? The military was sent on a mission and they were hunting any children. This whole manhunt you see going on, right? The ICE thing. This is the reminiscent of that biblical text, right? The same story over again, playing now in modern time, right? Keyword disciple, right? Disciple, right? Understand that. They are looking for someone, or maybe the parent of someone that's going to be born, that has a effect on the future, right? That they don't want. Okay, they don't know exactly who or what specific person, so they're panicking, right? The elites, the ones giving the orders to these ICE guys, so they're grabbing everyone. All right, understand that. Misery wants company and he can't find it, right? All right, so yes, tour, right? It's about the oil, of course. That's a part of God, right? Gold, oil, and dirt, right? Because God is whoever's in control. Because even God has a creator, God, all right? But there's a bigger agenda at play, okay? Operation Northwood, right? A 1962 U.S. Department of Defense plan that proposed having false flag attacks on American soil to justify a full-scale war with who? Cuba, all right? Venezuela is the route to Cuba. It's not a conspiracy theory because, they tried to take Cuba back then. The chosen ones have been trying to get their hands on Cuba for quite some time, huh? Well, or the ones that think they're chosen. And now they finally have their blonde toupee face puppet, right? At play, right? Donald. But Family Agent Orange here is not the president of the US, right? It's Nehanu, right? He's the president. They have their their route through Venezuela, and now they're gonna take Cuba, the ultimate prize, right? And we all heard the senator, with two last names, Lindsey Graham, right, ad-lib on Donald's Take Cuba mixtape, saying Cuba days are numbered, like Trump's, really, right? Understand, it's our job to keep you all informed on what's taking place during these last days within this hereafter, right? The news will not, so a news will be done on earth as it is in heaven, right? That rhymes with 11, right? And we gonna keep the towel with that, because understand that the brain, right, has 11 dimensions, right? We know that all senses of the brain are electromagnetic signals being interpreted by you as a simple electromagnetism, a full whole light being, right? And the brain, which is the blood, right? Because semen, right? Sperm is blood, and that blood basically became the brain and spine, right? So understand, right? The brain family is not creating consciousness, it's downloading consciousness, right? Remember who you are, right? And we're gonna continue on with that. All right. But understand, family, what the times are right now. These are the last days, right? These are the ending times. And the way you can see this is not only in the heavenly celestials, right? But also with the weather, right? How the weather is bipolar, right? You don't know what season it wants to be. You see? So really understand what's going on. All right. A dimensional shift. All right. In all contexts, the one and only true Messiah, the guide through this storm here, is on the planet. All right. We don't have long. August 12th, 2030. We heading home. Wadu.